Hello, everyone. I'm the Vacuuminator.
I'm the Buster.
And this week in Toku, we're going to be discussing more ghost characters coming back, more Ultraman Trigger news, and an episode of Zenkaiger I think James Rolfe would just adore.
Yeah, I just realized he would, but we'll get to that soon.
Yeah, before we get into all of that, Buster, how you doing this week?
I finished I have had this Persona 5 video on the back burner for a while. I finished the script, made a video, and then I realized I need a break, so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm kind of like...
You're on hiatus like Dino Fury.
No, I can't, not exactly like Dino Fury. I'm gonna come back on like a big way soon. Not like a whole like new channel or rebranding, just like here's a bit of a fresh facelift to the stuff.
So you're taking a quick rest for a brand refresh instead of like full on hibernating in between seasons.
Yeah, basically. Like try to get a new profile pic, maybe a new logo. We'll see.
That's respectable. It'll be funny to see who gets their new art assets first, me or you, because Boingo has been working on mine for 3 weeks now.
Oof. How are you doing that?
Not that he's being slow, by the way, for anyone listening. I'm not throwing shade on Boingo. We've actually talked about them and shared concepts back and forth quite a bit. We're just trying to get it exactly right.
Yeah, gotta get it just right.
Anyway, did you ask how I was doing? I kind of steamrolled you.
Yeah, I did.
I'm fine. I'm still kind of coasting in between jobs. It's a weird feeling, because I haven't been in this situation in probably 5 years. But it's also not like a panicky coasting, because I know what my next job will be. It just takes them forever to actually bring people on. So I'm waiting for paperwork to be processed and stuff like that. In the meantime, I'm putzing around the house. I'm getting stuff done. Went and saw my dad this morning, and then came home and spent the entire afternoon shooting my next review and doing figure photography of the things I'm reviewing. And that was a lovely afternoon.
Sounds like it.
Though it was quite frustrating at one point when my neighbor started blasting his car stereo right when I was going to film something.
Well, do you know what he was blasting?
It was like a classic rock station. I actually did the thing that everybody really should do in that situation. I just walked over and said, "Hey, don't mean to be rude, but I'm trying to film something for work. Would you mind turning that down a bit?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, man, I'm sorry. I was just installing a stereo for this guy. I didn't realize I had it turned up that loud." And it's like, "No problem, buddy. Just as long as we can get it down low enough so that I don't hear it in my upstairs bedroom."
It's a very polite man.
Yeah. But that's how I've been doing. But what all of you should be doing, and I'm just giving you some personal life advice here, something that I think will really help you out and really help all our listeners grow as people. You should check out a little show called Kamen Rider Wizard. It's actually it just had its first episode go up on YouTube, on the official Toei Tokusatsu World YouTube channel with English subtitles. And if you've not checked out Kamen Rider Wizard, now would really be a great time to do so. I'm not going to force anybody to do anything they don't want to do. It's only the most underrated tokusatsu series of all time, and you would really benefit from watching it, and I would really benefit from watching it because I'm long subscribed to the theory that these Toei uploads of the first 2 episodes of Rider shows on YouTube is to test the water for full series releases. Please, God, I'm begging you, give me all of Wizard in the West.
Yes, I mean, we already have Ryuki and 01 coming, but like those got announced way too early, so we have no idea when they're coming.
I would not be surprised if 01 lands holiday season.
Yeah, 01 I can see coming very soon, especially since it seems like a very marketable show. Ryuki, I'm like, what's going on with that?
Your guess is as good as mine, bro. With the way that was announced, I would not be surprised if we got Dragon Knight on DVD before we got Ryuki.
Yeah, I remember like Steve, the actor for Dragon Knight, said he was working on getting like some way to watch it in.
Yeah,
I
because he
would.
has like proper Hollywood connections and stuff now, right?
Yeah, and honestly, it would be really cool if he could. I don't think he will. To be honest,
Isn't he in talks with Disney to do a Marvel show?
I think they were willing to hear him out, but we haven't heard anything since then.
What if Dragonite just shows up on Disney Plus one day?
I would hate that, but I would also like that because then it means it would be like I don't like Disney having this, but at least it's legally available.
Yeah. uh should we go ahead and dive into the news because there's quite a lot of it this week.
Yeah, it's a big news week. That will also probably piss off Vac something fierce. But anyway, for things that won't piss off Vac something fierce, 01.
We got a trailer for the V-Cinema Kamen Rider 01 and others, Vulcan and Valkyrie, and
We also got a pretty cool poster.
yeah, it looks like a decent V-Cinema. The trailer was all right. Like it looks like another one of the Metsubo Jinrai thing. So
Yeah.
that's not entirely bad. The only thing that like really made me go like, oh, why you gotta wait? Really? They're teasing Fua dying, and I'm like, okay, first of all, I know that's not gonna actually happen. He'll be all right in the end. And second of all, really cheap of you to tease it in the trailer like that. Like, just let it be a dramatic moment in the movie.
Yeah. All like yeah, it just looks also I really the one scene that really stuck out to me in this trailer was Aruto and like Fua, they're kind of talking through the 01 driver because
Mhm.
Aruto's in the satellite at the moment. I have honestly I think if honestly I think it's more likely for Aruto to die in this movie than like Fua because he's in the satellite and who knows what Metsubo Jinro is gonna do.
That's actually not a bad theory. It would be interesting if Metsubo Jinrai just starts destroying freaking Zaya and
Because he already
Hiden
killed
Tech.
Zaya.
Yeah,
Zaya's
he
already
killed
dead.
Zaya, so he's gonna go after Hiden next, isn't he? Holy shit!
He's just gone berserker at this point. He's just going around doing whatever, just causing destruction.
Mm. Oof. Well, speaking of destruction of
Oh,
my hopes and dreams that the Ghost Cast would just disappear into the ether is continuing to take place because the Toei Tokusatsu fan club streaming service in Japan is getting another Ghost and Saber special. This time it's Specter and Blades. The secondaries, they're getting their own special. And it looks like this is now a trilogy, or maybe it was all along.
yeah, because I think the last one ended on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that in a second. But the trailer basically shows that Spectre's actor is back, and he looks just as fucking pencil thin as he did during that show. And Kanon's actor is back, and
But
she
she's been back
looks.
for a while.
Well, she was in Sentai, but she's back in Rider
No,
now.
she was back in the Ghost X Saber special.
Was she?
Yeah, she was like, but she was wearing a different fit.
Oh, I completely missed that. Yeah, because like there's a promotional shot of her going around, and she is a grown ass woman now.
I mean, she was in Sentai, but
Yeah, but like you get my point. Like they are definitely playing her up even harder than they were in Ghost. Instead of look at the cute little girl, let's look at the very attractive young woman.
yeah. Although,
Um,
like from what everyone tells me about Saber, like I've only watched the first arc, and I really like Blades in that first arc. Like he's a very good boy, and so it's very nice to see him, especially because I really like the Deep Specter suit, and it's kind of like half baked, like the suit, like the way they put Deep Specter on Blades, but I still love it a lot. So
I would like Deep Specter as a suit were it not for the ridiculous eye shoulder pads.
I'm all for eye shoulder pads. You know what I understand? Like I don't care how ridiculous the shoulder pads are. Give me shoulder pads. They just complete it for me.
Fair enough. But yeah, for all my comments about Canon, I have not mentioned the big thing about this special that people were freaking out over, which is the fact that Canon's gonna become a Kamen Rider, everybody. Oh my god, big historical event. First actress to both be a Sentai heroine and a Kamen Rider. Wow! Can you tell my enthusiasm is a little fake?
Actually, I don't know. I just feel like you're a bit like And it's like, okay, that's neat, but I still don't like Ghost.
Like legit, you kind of hit the hammer on the head of the nail there because like freaking I do I do like I am happy that this is taking place. It's a cool historical precedent being set. But at the same time, I'm like, this would be so much better if it was an actor from literally any other series. A Sentai series I skipped because it did not look like it was my aesthetic, and a writer show that I suffered through.
Okay. Actually the thing I'm excited for, Specter from the V Cinema, we're gonna see his suit, and I really like that suit. Like I don't like V Cinemas I'm a bit more negative on, but I really like the suits in those V Cinemas, so I always like seeing them pop up again.
That's fair. And also in regards to this special, Hiroshi Takahashi, a retired New Japan Pro Wrestling performer, is also in this special.
And I think it's Hiromu Takahashi.
Oh, you're right. My apologies. But he portrays a character that was orchestrating events as sort of a shadowy figure in the Ghost special, and here in this one, we actually get the reveal of his face at the end, apparently, which is just making me quake in my boots because, ladies and gentlemen, it's finally happening. We have the Reiwa equivalent of Foundation X.
What? Do we?
No, I'm joking. But like they're the way they're playing this in this special, it's very Foundation esque in my opinion.
Maybe because there's probably going to be a trilogy, especially given our next item on the list. Given that like Necrom's finally getting the toy for the V Cinema.
Yeah.
But
we'll just quickly glance over that, which is that there's going to be toys for this V Cinema. Big free pack. You get a Saber book that's Specter themed. You get Kanon's Eyecon, and you get Necrom's V Cinema Icon. Hooray!
yeah, actually, I would like if we get. I really want a Necrom special. Like I'm kind of mixed on Espada from Saber, but I love Necrom. He is my favorite part of Ghost, and I really want a Necrom special.
Buster,
You gonna kill me?
We're gonna have to have a talk later.
Oh
Okay,
no.
that's all. No, don't worry. I'll be nice. I'll be professional. But when the microphone gets turned off, we're gonna have a talk about your taste issues.
Oof. I mean, I already have taste issues. I don't like. I thought Ninja was mid, not awful.
I mean, realistically, Ninja is mid. Takaharu is awful.
I don't even think Takaharu was that bad. He just took.
Whoa! Slow down there, buddy. You've already got one strike tonight.
Oh dang. Anyway, arguing about opinions aside, O's toys.
We're getting another Shinkocchou Seihou Kamen Rider O's figure, which is Sagozou form. And it looks pretty banging. I mean, like
that sure is an S.H.Figuarts.
O's is one of two writer shows where I'm like, there are no bad suits in this show. So
what's the other one?
Kuuga.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, both of them just fantastic suits all around. So the more Shinkocchou Seihou, the better. I mean, like realistically, because they introduced combo change as a gimmick in S.H.Figuarts now, they should probably just do everything. Just do them all.
That's what they're probably doing. They're probably just going in order.
Just one every couple months.
Yeah.
But speaking of Shinkocchou Seihou, we also have
Kuuga.
Yeah, Kamen Rider Kuuga Mighty Form will be getting a Kamen Rider 50th Anniversary Edition release, which is basically going to be the same figure, but a little more shiny. It'll come with a 50th Anniversary logo stand, and the 50th Anniversary logo will be in the box. And it's getting a US import release, which means you can import this through GameStop. And you also have the ability to run across this in GameStop because a lot of GameStops will just order random shit off of their pre-order list instead of having an actual stock rotation.
Yeah, actually, I got my Geo driver from GameStop, so I can.
Yeah, that's probably what that was. Somebody probably went, "Oh, that looks neat. We'll import that and throw the price tag on it. Somebody will want it."
Yeah, and that's me.
Yeah, you're somebody.
Yeah. Speaking of somebody or people with no name or other Faiz reference, Faiz Axel form.
Yeah, this is getting a figurized standard release. Have we talked about this line on the show before?
I think we have, but remind me.
So figurized standard is model kits of 6-inch action figures that you build, which basically means this comes in parts and you assemble it into something that's very similar in articulation and detail to an S.H.Figuarts.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I know. I'm familiar with the concept. So
And it retails for, I believe, like $10 to $15 less than a standard S.H.Figuarts release.
fair. Well, it looks pretty good too.
Yeah, it looks like a solid representation of this form. It's not a form I particularly care for, and I don't particularly care for Faiz in general, but definitely a great option for anybody out there who wants a figure of this form, or just Faiz completionists will definitely go after this, because completionists.
I always remember Axel form as the form that like Takumi just got just because Kusaka was like, here.
Yeah, he just froze it at him. That is one of the best scenes in Faiz. I'll give that.
I just want the reason I want Inoue to come back is just so he can do that with every power up, like in a show, especially on a modern one with all sorts of toys.
Oh man, imagine if that had become one of Inoue's trope instead of shit like getting thrown into the water and then remembering things.
But I like that trope.
That trope's all right, but there's a lot of people who like vehemently hate it.
Yeah, I guess. I guess that's because it got the Gills suit like a bit harsh, but I think it's fixed now. So
yeah, well, there's a new Guild suit. I think they made a new one for Geo.
Yeah, like from what I've seen.
But let's transition out of Kamen Rider news and into Ultraman news, because just like that Kuuga 50th anniversary release, the S.H.Figuarts of the original Ultraman will be receiving a 55th anniversary release, which is basically the regular S.H.Figuarts Ultraman, but now it's candy colored and you get the mantelpiece in the box.
Yeah, I like it. Comes with the cloak, which I'm very excited about because I like the Ultraman cloaks.
Yeah, it's definitely cool for anybody who doesn't already have the original Ultraman or likes metallic paint. I don't dislike metallic paint, but it's not something I'd want on an Ultraman figure. Like Ultramans kind of have a dull sheen to them, so I like that to be represented in the figure. And that is present on the original Ultraman, like I said, to be like a special 55th anniversary item to give your collection a little bit of prestige.
Yeah. Speaking of prestige.
Yeah, frickin' I cannot pronounce his name. Holy shit. I'm not even gonna try.
Kosu
Hirano?
Koshu Hirano.
The guy who played Ultraman Z will be in Trigger. He's returning for some episodes in Trigger. I'm guessing it's going to be very much like Geed in Ultraman Z, where he'll show up for a 2-episode team up.
Yeah. I love Geed stuff in Zet. I'm kind of surprised he's coming back so soon. I guess this is to make up for like the lack of a Zet movie.
Yeah, it might also be something along the lines of they're trying to get like a mid 2000 late 90s early 2000s Power Rangers thing going, where just every Ultraman crosses over with the next one.
They've kind of been doing that in the movies,
Have they? That's neat.
Yeah, actually, the thing about the movies is they basically double as both crossover movies and summer movies. Like
okay.
the current Ultraman will get a new form. It'll also be like post series. It basically they're just like, because we're so limited on budget, we just do all of the Kamen Rider movies into one movie.
It's V-Cinema plus summer movie featuring crossover.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, and they're really good movies though. Really excited to watch the Rube one eventually. Also, Ginga S did that, but because it was like the first one, they just brought back some Showa Ultraman. I think some Heisei guys came back, but I haven't watched Ginga S's movie yet. So,
but yeah, very cool to see Haruki come back, yeah. And I am looking more and more forward to Ultraman Trigger. It looks like a different flavor of Ultraman than what I've been into, but I can definitely vibe from everything we've seen so far.
Yeah, and I think we're really gonna like the Z episodes. I feel like when we get to those, they're just gonna be like incomprehensible happy screeches.
I'm just gonna be like, so I'm gonna be that fan explaining Clone Wars references in Mandalorian to you.
Yeah.
But finally, on the Ultraman news docket this week is that Shout Factory has announced in celebration of Ultraman Day, they will be doing an Ultrathon on their streaming service, which will feature 19 hand-picked episodes from 55 years of the Ultraman series, aka 19 hand-picked episodes from the shows they have the license for.
I mean, they have the license to everything because of Mill Creek.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, just they've been slowly trickling it out.
Okay, I didn't know.
Mill Creek the big thing about Mill Creek, they didn't just get one show; they got all the things.
So, like, are Mill Creek and Shout Factory associated? I didn't know that.
I guess the thing is, okay, so Mill Creek, they first got it. They just said, okay, Super Red is like, here's everything, release at your own pace. And then Mill Creek teamed up with Shout Factory to bring Ultraman to streaming platforms instead of just Blu-rays, and so now Shout Factory can do this.
Okay. And this will feature episodes from Ultra Q, Ultraman, Ultra 7, Return of Ultraman, Ultraman Ace, Ultraman Leo, Ultraman Ginga, Ultraman X, Ultraman Orb, and it will conclude with the US streaming premiere of Ultraman Zero, The Revenge of Baby L.
Belial.
Is that how you're supposed to pronounce it? The way they say it in the show always sounds like Baby L to me.
No, there's an E to it, it's Belial or something like.
All right. Well, yeah. Sorry.
And apparently they're also having some like fans come up.
They're doing the PulseCon thing where everybody's in Hollywood Squares.
What?
Did you not see that going around during Hasbro PulseCon?
I don't know. I only tuned into PulseCon for the Power Ranger stick.
Okay, so there was this thing in every PulseCon stream for every event where they would be like, and here's a bunch of fans giving their perspective.
Oh yeah, like the Kevin Smith bumper.
Yeah, and it would be like a bunch of people in like Zoom squares behind this host who was screened on. Yeah, that.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the bumpers where it's like, here's famous person shilling expensive toy.
No, it was really awkward because they acted like it was going to be a full fan Q&A. And like one person would get to say something per segment.
Oh yeah,
and it was always a completely different group of people.
Yeah, well, that's because actually the thing I saw some Power Rangers people from Twitter on there. So,
like I know Kickback was in the Power Rangers. I think Shartimus Prime was in the Marvel Legends one, which good for him. He's the biggest Marvel Legends fan I know.
Specifically Marvel Legends. I don't know why that just cracks me up. Just like not Marvel comics, not Marvel movies, just specifically these toys.
Like 90% of that man's channel is devoted to talking about Marvel Legends.
I'm glad they got on. But ranting about this thing for a while. We should probably move on.
This will be taking place, of course, on July 10th, which is Ultraman Day, and it will run from 7 a.m. PT until 5 p.m. PT. So if you wanna check that out, definitely set your calendars, mark your calendars, set your alarms. Those are the things you say. Yes.
Also, what I'm a bit worried about is this might eat into Trigger's premiere because Trigger is set to premiere on the same day, or like
is
near
it
the day.
Premiering in the same day on the US? I thought it was next day in US.
Okay, good point, because it might be like a day later because of Japan time zones. We'll see.
Yeah. But let's move into Sentai news now. Wow, we're going so fast.
Really? I feel like we're going slow, but anyway.
No, we're 26 minutes into the episode. I was joking.
Okay, good.
Quickly in the form of mecha themed upgrade for Zenkaiger and Two Kaiser themed after Drag Caesar from Jew Ranger, V-Rex from Mirai Sentai Time Ranger. I had to check the article because I didn't remember the Japanese
Hasbro
name.
Might have their fingers in this. I don't think they do, but it concerns me.
It definitely does feel like it, but like I don't think collaboration between Hasbro and Toei is a bad thing.
Yeah, good point. I'm not like, I mean, Zenkaiger's been great so far, but I'm a bit worried for its eventual adaptation, just because of this dark thought I have, but we're not going to touch on that.
I mean, let me just say that I I trust Hasbro a lot with Zenkaiger's adaptation because they're the people that make Transformers. Robots are kind of their thing.
Yeah, but not like the toy line. I bet will be, especially if they get their like stuff together by when Dino Fury is over. I feel the toy line's gonna be good. I'm more worried about the story, but again, that's for another day.
Okay. But yeah, these will be forms that they'll access via the new Zenkaiju gear, which we also have a photo of that has leaked and is linked separately because literally while we were getting ready to record, Sentai 5, shout out to Sentai 5, the biggest Sentai fan I know, tweeted it out. I don't think I don't know where he didn't link a source or anything, so I can't link back to an article, but his tweet will be linked in the description of this episode, as will all the other news things.
Yeah, some people are thinking it's going to fit into the gear thing. I think it can, but like if with some like neat little transformation, but I think it would just be just as cool if you could dual wield it with like the like other guns.
If it sticks out of the gear slinger, that's gonna look like a freaking Kamen Rider Final Form upgrade in a belt.
It really would. Like it honestly does give me Kamen Rider vibes with the whole like big stick out.
Yeah, especially because like apparently they share this thing. They both can't do their upgrade at the same time, which very much reminds me of Dead Heat from Kamen Rider Drive.
Oh yeah, actually, I like that. I like that idea.
And I know some people were saying that the gear itself reminds them of the Fang Gaiamet.
Yeah. Okay, I can see. I can see that.
I do
Speaking of
think
memory, actually, no, wait.
I was just gonna say real quick. I do think that the upgrade form for Zenkaiger looks pretty neat. It very much feels in line with the other Kikainoid suits.
Yeah. Actually, the suits look good. I'm just like honestly, my worry comes with like fish to fry later down the road. But suits, they look fantastic. Like I love Zenkaiger's aesthetic. So yeah.
So now let's move into some combined Sentai and Rider news. Hey, you remember at the start of last week when we thought this was going to be the big thing to talk about this week?
But yeah, I guess.
But yeah, everybody. Hey, have you seen the trailer for Kamen Rider Saber and Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger Superhero Senki yet? Because it came out literally a week ago as of us recording this.
Oof.
No, this trailer was pretty hype, especially that moment at the end where they reveal the new Rider 1 suit.
Yeah, the reconstructed one.
It's reconstructed and it's based off of the best Rider 1 suit. The original one with the paint job from when he first came back from injury.
Ah.
And it's like, yes, let's go.
It looks clean. Looks very clean.
I briefly had a Figuart of that suit. It's one of my favorite Showa era suits.
Yeah, I can totally see it. It just looks super clean up here. And then to cover some other things, we have we have Saber World and a Zenkaiger Magid. I think that's what they called in Saber, the monsters. Basically like a Saber Zenkaiger monster and a Zenkaiger Saber. You get some Saber monsters.
Yeah, they look a lot like the Another Riders from Geo.
Yeah, and like given that Geo shows up, although curiously, Geo's actor has not been credited, but Oma Geo's voice actor has been credited. So I'm like, I actually like that idea that like we're gonna see more of Oma Geo, and he'll be the more bridge instead of the regular Tokyo Asogo.
Mm-hmm. But we're also seeing stuff like I love the little bit at the beginning where we see that space base, whatever the heck it is.
Yeah, with all the Rider and Sentai books.
Yeah, like, and I love how the Sentai books are like perfectly uniform with each other, like they look like they belong in a series, and then the Rider ones are all different shapes and sizes. I'm like, that is so on brand.
That's very clever, I'd say.
And also the kid, the young man, I should say. He's not a little baby, but the kid that's in this movie and seems to be heavily involved with the plot. Interesting seeing just how much of the movie he seems to be in, and apparently a lot of people are theorizing that it's a young Shotaro Ishinomori.
Yeah. I'm on board with the idea. I just need to see how they do it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it could either make this one of the most clever Toei movies, or it could make it a massive fucking embarrassment.
Yeah. And also for some other cameos, the Deno crew they're in here as usual.
My man Doggy Kruger.
Yeah, the doggy from Deca Ranger, Deca Master. He's in
Mhm.
here along with some Q Ranger folks. And also
Yeah.
we get our 01 and Saber team up fight.
Hell yeah. Oh, and
Yeah.
I love the shot that shortly after that reveal where they're all putting their swords together like freaking Knights of Camelot.
Well, that's a Saber thing.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, where like everyone puts their swords together. And we'll get some big battles going up in there. Like again, it does like the Ishinomori rumor does seem really true, and also I'm very excited for the dual henshin.
Especially with that new Rider 1 suit.
Yeah.
You think it's at all possible we could get a oh god, I forgot the actor's name, but a Hongo Takeshi actor cameo in this?
I think it's very much possible. I think if maybe they're saving it for a bit while. I know he showed up and like he got his own movie just like 5 years ago, but I think they're saving it for like the movie itself. There's a lot it seems they want to be saving for the movie.
I definitely
That's probably gonna
don't
get
want
leaked to us.
Yeah. I definitely don't want him to be the star of the film. Like have him literally show up for the final fight and do the henshin.
That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. Seems to be doing. I don't think he's gonna show up because of COVID, but I think he's gonna like Go Red or like Aka Red in the Zenkaiger movie.
They'll wheel Grandpa in a hermetically sealed chamber. He'll step out. They'll wheel the chamber away. He'll film his henshin. They'll wheel the chamber back in. He'll step in, and they'll wheel him away. That's what will happen.
Yeah, and apparently there's more to the poster, so that's curious. Like at the end, they say there's like 2 blank spots on the poster. Who could it be?
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's
and
probably
we just got like some extra posters.
The,
And we got some extra piece of the poster that Agito and Kamen Under Meteor and like some other Sentai fellows are coming back.
Actually, those were debunked.
Oh, dang it.
Those are photoshops.
I hate it here. Oh my god.
No, it's
I shared it with some people and I'm like, oh god, I hate it.
I saw that where somebody was flipping out because Tusk from Juoger, and then right below it was somebody going, "It's fake," and then the person just replied, "Yeah, but Tusk," and I'm like, "Well, you're
Meteor.
Yeah, don't you have a favorite character there, buddy?"
Yeah.
And finally, it's not really news, but the Tokusatsu Network put out an overview of Parahero Grand D and all the information we had about it pre-premiere because, hey, that show just premiered its first episode, and
Really?
I wanted to remind everybody. Yeah, they put it out. They put this article out the day before the first episode premiered. And it's a free episode series, if you didn't know, and it's just one of the most unique looking Toku shows in a long time. So hopefully everybody will get to check this out. I hope this gets an official sub release, or at the very least, fan subbers, please get on this soon.
Yeah, especially because seeing the suits in action in the opening, it looks even better. Like in action.
Yeah, because somebody, it's region locked on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
But somebody on Twitter posted the opening, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, it reminds me of Drive in a way.
That's
like with
an
the whole
interesting
fast-paced, like do, you know.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that, but that's a pretty good description of it. Yeah. But yeah, just everyone check out Parahero when it comes out. Whenever it comes out. Please, I hope it comes out. Speaking of things coming out,
Does
I have a
society
announcement this week.
Wait, what?
I'm joking.
Oh god!
Happy Pride, everybody! Because Pride's almost over, and we didn't say anything about it on the show. But Happy Pride! We support everyone here.
Fellow gender fluid bisexual.
Yay! Tell us about Zenkaiger, Buster.
All right, Kick-Ass Senta Zenkaiger, episode 17. The Occult Society. I don't know what the hell. I tried to do like the Majin, but I just like doing like gagging or I don't know, whatever.
The
This
funny
was a
thing
fun
is, it's written as just MMM, but I think it should be pronounced as like Moo, the Moo Moo Occult Society kind of
yeah.
thing.
This was kind of my least favorite Zenkaiger episode so far. Not that it's bad, far from it. It just kind of
Really,
felt a bit like especially the kids subplot.
really, you didn't like the kids?
The kids were okay. It just kind of I didn't know what they were going for. It just kind of seemed like I don't know.
It felt very Showa Sentai to me.
Yeah, I
Because
can see
like,
that.
have you checked out much Showa Sentai?
No, I think I've checked out a couple episodes of like Change Man because it was on TV Nihon, and that's about it.
Okay, so like, it's a huge part of Showa Sentai that just every episode there's a new little kid the Rangers are friends with and they're helping out.
Yeah, I can see that. I just felt like I don't mind that idea. It just okay, I don't hate it as much. I just like felt like it could have been better.
I mean, they kind of already did the trope a few episodes ago with the
Yeah,
kid
and I thought that
in.
was a great use of that trope.
Mhm. But I think like they want to try and use it like every few episodes this season because it used to be such a big Sentai thing and anniversary season and all that.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the Occult Society themselves. I thought they were a bunch of little cutie pies, and I like the idea of Majin having younger friends because she's depicted as the youngest member of the team. Like I get very like late teens, early adult vibes from her.
Yeah, especially because like Juran's like the old man of the group.
Yeah,
Right? Like
and Juran gets some great grandpa moments this episode.
yeah, he was great in this episode, especially because he's like invisible. I was like, you're pissing me off.
Mhm. You know that like somebody in the special effects department heard they were writing an episode with an invisibility monster and was like, "My time has come."
Yeah, just like trying to flex those skills.
But no, I enjoyed all that. I also like just goddamn if the fucking gold Turkers don't steal the show every episode because just that opening scene
Yeah,
of them
well,
out shopping and then the monster shows up and then frickin' they dance along while Zox does his transformation.
that was adorable. I love that.
Mhm.
And although, like people are like, you're teasing me because like everyone wants Flint to be silver or something.
And like I'm with you folks, but like let's just enjoy the cuteness. Let's just
Yeah.
enjoy it.
And like, Two Kaiser is just great as always, with his songs and funny dances and stuff.
Yeah, and frickin' Majin. I know
Oh
I
yeah,
already
when
kind of
she
touched
gets
on it.
pissed.
Yeah, her. I love how she goes from like sweet little girl to just like angry mom energy, and it's angry mom protecting her kids' energy, and it's the best.
Yeah, they even like did a unique roll call for her where she was like spooky and it was like
Yeah,
it
freaking
was
tapping
great.
into Japanese horror tropes.
Yeah.
But also that very cutesy kids friendly kind of spooky that reminds you of Scooby Doo and stuff is in this
Yeah,
episode.
I can see that.
Like
Um
like I said during the opening, I would love to sit James Rolfe down for this episode.
yeah. Yeah, honestly, he would probably appreciate it a ton. I mean, like, he already knows what Sentai is. I mean, with the whole Zhu Ranger meme.
Oh my god. But yeah, I thought this episode was fairly solid. Maybe not the best. Maybe not our meme of this is the best episode of Zenkaiger yet. But it was a perfectly cromulent episode of
Yeah,
Zenkaiger.
I think it's just because the last few have just been back to back bangers. It's just an okay one. Just feels a bit of a step down, but it's still like it's still a fine episode.
Mhm. But that is our only new release for this week. So did you check out anything old this week, Buster? Because I didn't have time
I'm
to.
trying to think if I did. No, I didn't. I've been busy watching Frog Show on Disney Plus.
Well, dang it! I've been watching Clone Wars and Loki and everything else.
Does Loki
I'm
count
made
as
to watch.
Toku?
I mean, to an extent, anything live action with special effects counts as Toku.
No, I know it's a
We
joke.
have
I'm not
been.
opening.
No. We're going down this path. You opened Pandora's box. Now you got to deal with the Skywall, buddy. But yeah, we actually have been joking. Cheap plug for Modular Media's No Prize podcast. The current Loki show on Disney Plus is such just like we want to do Doctor Who, but we can't do Doctor Who. And so, like, every time we talk about that aspect of it, Boingo and I are like, by the way, Doctor Who is totally a tokusatsu because it's a live action thing with a lot of special effects.
Yeah, apparently like a new Doctor got announced, but whatever. I think we should probably wrap it up before we get a very pissy comment.
All right. So Buster, go ahead and tell everybody who you are and where they can find you on the internet.
What's up? I'm Buster Corp. I do stupid, dumb, stupid video essays on the YouTube, but I'm currently taking a break from doing stupid, dumb, stupid video essays on the YouTube because I am burnt out. I've been uploading like 3 to 2 videos a week, like for the entirety for like last 2 months, and I need a break. So please, still give me your viewership, but I'll be back soon, hopefully with like better ideas and better edited videos.
Definitely, I'm pulling for you, pal.
Thanks.
And I'm also pulling for myself, as all of you should be. You should check out youtube.com/the Vacuuminator. That's spelled THEVACUUMINATOR. Check me out. I am a toy reviewer, and my next review will be dropping tomorrow morning on YouTube. It will be a look at the WWE Elite Collection Royal Rumble 2021 Wave Stone Cold Steve Austin and WrestleMania 2021 Wave China. Which were 2 surprisingly cromulent figures. So definitely go and get more of my thoughts and get all of my thoughts on everything by following me on Twitter at the Vacuuminator. Follow me on Instagram. I'm stumbling all over my words here, Buster, but everybody can follow me on Instagram at _Vacuuminator for figure photography. You can also do me a big favor and follow this podcast on whatever platform you're listening to it on. Give us a like, a comment, a subscribe, and ring the bell if you're on YouTube. For Christ's sake, ring that bell. Also, check us out on Twitter at the Modular Media. Join our subreddit r/Modular Media and send in a voicemail to the show by going to our Anchor profile, which is anchor.fm/this-week-in-toku. But that's going to do it for this week in Tokusatsu. I'll see you next week when we discuss whatever happens that week in Tokusatsu.